Welcome friends, fellow meat enthusiasts, to the Steak Wolf channel, where we're constantly trying to up our meat cutting and cooking game and sharing our findings with you. Today we're doing another steak experiment with a lot of people's favorite, skirt steak. Now, today's experiment is a little different. I'm going to start with what we normally do, taking a skirt steak, we'll remove the membrane, we'll show you how to trim the fat, and then we're going to grill it, and we're going to get a good medium rare and a good hard sear on the outside. On the other one, I've been seeing another cooking method used where no membrane is removed, where no fat is removed, and it's all used to help the cooking process, but they cook it a lot longer. And as far as a steak meat goes, it seems overcooked. It seems like something you would do a slow cook with, like a brisket or something, where you get the temperature way up there. It's like 180 to let it break down, rather than like a 110 like a steak, and then you just sear it. So I don't know. I fear it might be a waste, but ever since I've seen it, I need to rule it out. I need to know, is that cooking method where you leave all the fat, all the membrane, all that stuff that just doesn't look great on there, to protect this piece of meat, which is really good, but not particularly thick, while it slow cooks, gets way up there in temp? We're gonna find out. We're gonna see how it goes. So let's start with trimming our skirt steak. Knife's ready, but you start the membrane with your fingers. It's a lot easier. Peels off pretty easy. You want to make sure you're not taking any of the meat with it. Just give you an idea. That's what's shielding this piece of meat. And you continue on. It pulls right off nice and easy. Same thing on the other side, just repeat. It's kind of walking my hand up with it so I don't accidentally tear out a chunk of the steak. So then you get your knife. Now in a retail setting, or if I were trying to sell this, I would get it super cleaned up and you'd see nothing but bright red. We're not going to get that meticulous here at home because this fat is flavor. I don't need to sell it, I just need to eat it. A little bit of that membraney stuff that may have been left behind, just making sure we get that. All right, Steak Wolf, you're on. Up, up. Sit. You stay. Get it. Good boy. We're just going to lightly season both of them with a little salt, pepper, and garlic. We're going to make some fresh chimichurri. Got some fresh parsley. Got some fresh cilantro, fresh oregano, and some garlic cloves. We've got olive oil and red wine vinaigrette, lemon juice, salt, black pepper, and red pepper flakes, with the quantity of everything in the description. So we're off the smoker. You can see this membrane, it looks like it'll still come off, but we're still leaving it on. And we're moving it from the smoker where it's been on for maybe 3.5 hours. It got up to about 180, way higher than you normally do for something like this. Now we're just going to put it on the grill for a little bit longer, but we're going to top rack it. Not worried about searing it yet. Just going to give that a little sear at the end. Got the trimmed. Let's start with the membrane on. Like I said, it looks like it would come off easy. I'm leaving it on. I'm gonna test the theory. So we're gonna go right through the middle. And of course, it's way more cooked than you would expect. The membrane doesn't even want to stay on. I don't know if you guys could see how juicy that was when I was cutting into it. I mean, look at that. There may be something to this. Cook it with the membrane on. I mean, that's. Let's see how it is. Membrane's still on. A little chew there. Too much chew there. So it was delicious. The membrane was somewhat broken down. I consumed most of it, but I got to a piece where it was a little chewy. Maybe a little bit of a slower cook and that goes away completely. That's the theory, and I can see it. I'm pleasantly surprised. On this next piece, I'm taking the membrane off, which on these ones it looks, while it's still whole, still easy to take off. So maybe there's something to cooking it with the membrane on that way and then removing it. So it is different. You're not getting that normal seared steak like you're used to, but it's juicy and tender. It's very good. Pleasantly surprised by this. Let's try the regular one. Cooked without a membrane. A little bit more how you're used to. Good crust on the outside. Beautiful medium rare on the inside. Let's try it out. That's very good. Now, if you remember, they're both very lightly seasoned, and the two different cooking methods both work really well. This is more, you want a steak. This is still, I don't know what to call it, because it would be sacrilege to just grill a steak to that temperature. But doing it in the smoker with the membrane on really kept it super juicy. I understand now. So it is a different thing, but I get it. My recommendation, if you do it this way, which they may disagree with me, like I said, you take the membrane off after cooking if you're going for this. So you got somebody who doesn't like rare meat, they're turned off by the sight of it. This would be a great option, kind of satisfy everybody. Like if you look at this, I'm just taking the membrane off. That's definitely the way to go. I had a few more bites off camera, and the membrane becomes a bit much chewing on it. Let's add our chimichurri sauce and see how this stuff is. On the regular grilled. Ooh. Very fresh, very flavorful addition. I see why everybody puts chimichurri on skirt steak. That's nice. Very nice. On the cooked with a membrane. They're both amazing. I'm excited about this because I'd never done it, didn't know it existed. Recently heard about it, almost didn't believe that it would work as well as it did. It is different. You can't think of it like you're eating a steak. You got to compare it to something else. I don't even know what that something else would be. I mean, normally when you smoke, like say a brisket or something like that, it's a much cheaper piece of meat, but it is a different experience. It's a different kind of thing. Good change up, but I have done this so many times. I have an expectation here that, I really look forward to doing a normal skirt steak. For me, I will probably not be doing this again, at least unless I do it with a bigger piece of meat or something like that. It may be more value, something where it's like you'd be overcooking this part of it to cook this part properly, something like that where you want the temperature to go high anyway, then it would make sense to do this kind of thing. But for like one skirt steak, no, I'm gonna stick to the regular way. Well, hey, if you guys like this video, please hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell to not miss out on what we do next. Thanks a lot for watching. I want to introduce you to the original butcher's dog. Hey Val, you want to try some of this skirt steak? Yeah? Some of that. Yeah. Ooh, never had that before.